PBKC is your entertainment destination for poker, table games, OTV, Paddock live events, and exceptional eats. The Paddock Restaurant is perfect for meetings, corporate functions, parties, fundraising, and more. Call 561-683-2222, extension 199, and book your next event today.
Uh-oh. No. Keep an eye out. Pay attention to this.
It's PBKC Picks. It's Wednesday morning. It's 10 a.m. And I feel like we're going back in time now. Myself and Noah Carbone.
Just like where it started?
Where we started
before
this
we
live stream.
expanded and brought these other guys in? Yeah.
Yeah, this is that old live stream that we started years and years ago. And now we're back. My name is Mike Jameson. To my right, the leader of the poker room and an assistant general manager, Mr. Noah Carbone. What's up, buddy?
No. Oh, so much.
That was quick.
Today is going to be my absolute – we're going to get through this show, and we're going to crush this thing, and it's going to be the single most epic performance of any broadcast in the history.
This is going to be the Jordan flu game. Yeah.
This is absolutely the Jordan flu game. Who played with the torn Achilles, like throwing a touchdown, like Carson Wentz, all of it, all wrapped into one. We're ready for this thing. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of air to fill. We have an hour. Let's go, Mike.
Yeah, let's talk about May high hands to start it out.
Okay.
We got great high hands May payday every 15 minutes, 9 a.m. to midnight. Big cash giveaway is on the 30th, and that is the best promotions in all of South Florida right there. And Monday through Thursday, $300. Friday and Saturday, $500, and Sunday, $250.
Consistent. Just so it's just me and you today, so I get to say a lot more this time.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody likes to – sometimes you'll see other promotions come up here and there. We have the most consistent promotions every single day. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get as much as any property. Some properties might get a little froggy on some days and do a bit, but then they go back to something and they take it all back on Tuesday. So we're not like that. We're giving away all day, every day.
Yeah, don't forget about those progressive high hand weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with the $100,000 giveaway, and that's in the poker room. And now let's talk about the NFL news. So the NFL schedules are out, and I really enjoyed it. Pat kept talking about they should have like a big show at a city and do the releases. I really enjoyed all the release videos that we saw. I saw them from a majority of the teams. Of course, I loved the Raiders video with the Step Brothers theme with Kirk Cousins and Mendoza. I think that was awesome, and those two seem like they are a perfect match for each other. I saw some others too. People were talking about the Jets, their release video, because it was that ASMR paint thing where the people mix the paint and they come up with the different colors, and then they would spread it out. And
Are you a fan? Do you do that? You watch those things? The kids
I never
do
calm
it?
down. No, I can't watch that.
Did you watch people cut fruit ever?
No.
Did you watch little gerbils eating little burritos? Have you ever seen that?
I haven't,
That's
but I
the
want
best
to.
one. They have these little, so these people make these little tiny burritos.
That's amazing.
And the little hamsters eat them.
Okay, well, now that's something I'm into.
Yeah, that should have been one. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But, my favorite was the Raiders. If you have a favorite of the release videos, which one was yours?
So there's a couple. I got a few. All right. So this is, and they're only on the internet, right? So you don't catch them on TV or whatever, and you gotta tune in, and they release them at different times. Pittsburgh tried to work something in where they used all their words. Do you know any Pittsburgh words? Pat's not here today. Like there's yins.
Oh, the Yinzers, yeah.
The Yinzers. What else is like Pittsburghese? They did one on Pittsburghese, like all these different. I think they had Pramanis. I get corrected every time I say that around here.
You've been there at least.
I've been there once, and they put French fries on a bologna sandwich. So that one, Pittsburgh, it was okay. They tried to do it. You see Trevor Lawrence's new haircut.
I saw
Is that real?
No, it's not.
Are you
it's
sure?
Fake. No, he already said it was fake because that looked horrible.
Cut it off.
Yeah,
they should have gave him.
Be like us, guys.
They should have did my haircut. Like if you're gonna do it, do it. And maybe we're tricking our audience. Maybe this isn't my real hair.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I have the long flowing locks.
His hair is going all the way down.
All right. Then what else do we have? the Colts with the Simpsons.
Yeah,
what
that was
do they
cool.
pay for that?
Wow.
Like, what do you pay for that?
That's pricey. That's for sure.
It's got to be. And then there was the Texans. Okay, so you have the Colts spending all that money on the Simpsons, probably spending a fortune. Then you have the marketing team, which is tasked with, making a promotional video, and they finished just as good. The Texans, they went around and they found lookalikes for all the players and coaches or whatever, and they were funny. They had some really goofy and good takes on it. But you could see that you don't need to spend a lot of money in today's like kind of like this show. Like we don't spend heaps on this, right?
No.
Besides some of the stuff. Yeah.
Some of the people on the show make a lot
so
of money.
we don't. So you could do more with less because of the internet. And if you come up with a concept and an idea that you can make tons of money off of that, and that's
100%.
what Houston did. They did all these little videos. So yeah, shout out to those guys. The Giants had one. I'm not going to give them any credit. I don't like the Giants. But yeah, overall, and Cleveland with the Street Fighter. Have you seen that with the Street Fighter game or whatever? Which I'm a fan. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, shout out to all those guys. Maybe we need we should do that. Like
we should
schedule
do that.
Release.
No, I'm actually talking about that with the creative team right now.
See?
But to me, it didn't matter how much you spent. Like you said, it's all about the creativity. And when the Jets, somebody said in the comment section, because that's the first thing I did when I saw the Jets release video, and somebody said it's fitting and apropos for the team because it's like watching paint dry, essentially watching that team.
I should probably be doing that for a living. Like what happened that weekend, that should be me because I have ideas, a lot of ideas.
You're the idea guy, and that's why you're very important to us here at PBKC.
Thanks, Mike.
Let us know what your favorite NFL schedule release video was. There was definitely some good ones out there. So one of our hometown guys, Lamar Jackson, came back in town last week.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. His number 7 was retired at Boynton Beach High, and they even renamed a street Lamar Jackson Way. And so I know one of the producers of the show, Patrick Sullivan, Sully, who's one of our good friends, his wife, his much better half, Jillian, she actually was one of Lamar's teachers early on in his life, and he's come back to her class. He comes back, he gives back to the community. So I think it's really cool to have a guy from right down the street.
That's always good. Did you ever go to school with anybody cool like that, like Lamar Jackson?
Not when I was at the school, but there was some, I don't know, infamous or famous people that came out of Lake Worth.
Okay.
But we're mostly known for our gangs.
Yeah. I'm at this cool part in my life. When I coached, I was coaching these kids when they were like 6, 7, and 8. They're playing in college, and they're literally playing for Georgia and all these other. And like in a couple more years, they're going to be in the NFL, like a couple of them, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you think back. You see, you don't know. So coaches out there, when you have that 7-year-old and little Lamar Jackson, you don't know who he is, and he's rough around the edges or whatever, and you don't know what you're working with. You are so important to that kid that you can't even put anything on it. You can't even put a value on it. You got to pay attention to every single kid. You don't know who it's going to be. You don't know who it's going to be, Mike.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
awesome.
Lamar Jackson. That's our guy. Boynton Beach.
You just never know. I mean, he's turned into one
some
of
kids
the
you
best.
do know.
Oh, some kids you can look at like that kid's not going anywhere.
Yes, somebody. Some kids you just know.
It's like when somebody
like
will be
Sal.
like Sal.
Yeah.
Like somebody will ask me like, oh, your son Dalton, like what college is he going to go to? That kid is not going to college. Are you kidding me?
Maybe like like for playing the band or something.
No, he's probably going to be like a professional wrestler or something crazy. But that's
okay. That's cool.
That's kids for you. But one of my questions when we're talking about Lamar, who is most likely to win a ring first? Do you think it's going to be Lamar or your boy Josh?
You're funny. Like, are we going to even ask this question?
I don't think either of them win anytime soon.
Wow. All right. So. Right. It's hard to win a ring, all right? Jalen Hurts has one. These guys don't, all right? Let's remember that. Let's not forget that part. Okay. Josh Allen is built for long term. Who's ring first?
Or at all.
It could be.
That might be the question.
Yeah, I think, Josh Allen's going to get one. He's going to get one. He has that poise, and it's just a matter of time before the other pieces come together. I like Josh. I think Lamar, let's not kid ourselves. Lamar isn't on an upslope right now. Like, we're not buying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oil prices, they do this or whatever.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's not going to, like, we're kind of like downswing.
So we're on the downswing of his career?
You start, because part of his game is a lot of, his game is a lot more running than Josh's. Josh runs opportunity, whatever. Lamar snapped the ball, direct snap, whatever he's running or whatever. You can only do that. The injuries, they eventually bang you up a little bit. And I think the pocket presence of Josh and the creativity of Josh is going to be the deciding factor. He's been right there.
Yeah.
Damn you, Josh Allen. Like, you're right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was my question, because you look at those two guys as two of the top quarterbacks in the last, like, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
You know, my question for everybody watching is, I think these guys, who's going to win it first, or if they're going to win it at all. And here's my interesting question, Noah. If you can give a championship to anybody ever in any sport, like one of these guys that really deserved, like you can look back at Jim Kelly and guys like that.
All right.
Who is it, Noah?
All right. I don't like to talk about people that I don't know directly, right? So if I don't know you directly, I'm not going to talk about how you are as a human being, okay? Some things have been said about our local hometown hero, Dan Marino, and the things he did, that he's a little chippy or whatever. He's maybe not the greatest guy or whatever. I don't care about that. I'm asking, who deserved it for what he did. Yeah. That guy absolutely, out of anybody in any sport, deserved the championship for what he was able to do. You talk about these guys where you're like, oh, they can't get one, like you can't. You're talking about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. They're nowhere near what Dan Marino did without having a ring. It's not even close. I don't know if anybody's ever performed like somebody has Dan Marino's level and not have a championship ring. I mean, that's the guy. Now I'm not giving it to him because of his public prowess, but I'm giving it to Dan.
Well, I loved him in Ace Ventura, the first one. It was amazing.
And he had that too. I forgot about that too.
He's an actor too.
He's an actor. Yeah.
No,
so he will it count? I mean, does he still work with the Dolphins?
I don't know if he does or not.
Yeah, because they're not going to get one anyway. But he would get one then. But that wouldn't count.
No,
really.
that's not.
What do you think? Who do you got?
Well, I mean, I look at Dan, but that was the first name that came to mind. But if I'm looking at any sport, I'd love to give a guy like a Charles Barkley a championship ring.
Oh.
See, that's the kind of guy.
Chuck. Patrick Ewing. He could have used one.
Yeah, he could have had one.
Yeah.
John Stockton. I'd love to him have had a ring.
I got stuck on the football, and I didn't go up and down the thing. Yeah, those are a couple good ones. Baseball is that guy. It's a guy Harper.
Yeah. Oh
no.
Right. You mean
the guy in the Angels?
Oh, Trout. Mike Trout.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Mike Trout. He's never going to get one with the Angels.
No.
Hopefully, we were actually going to talk last week about hopefully he'll find a new team at some point. But let us know who you think. I mean, one of the guys that comes to my mind is Jim Kelly. I mean, somebody that was so close so many times, knocking on the door and never won a Super Bowl ring. If you have any good choices for that, let us know. If you could give a championship to one player at any sport, who would it be? Now we're going to talk about Aaron. He is back for year 22.
Yeah, the other guy's supposed to be sitting here for this one.
It's good that he's not.
Okay, so it's good because, again, we can speak freely because we have absolutely no, other than just by association.
Nobody's clipping this for us.
We're clipping. Nobody cares about the Carbone lineage or what I have to say about anything in sports. Not like it doesn't carry the same weight as a Rooney name. But it is what we said it was going to be. I'm glad we're done talking about it. Okay, now he's in place. He's going to be the quarterback. Whatever. We'll move forward. It's a stopgap for a little while. Some of the other decisions we're making with some of these pieces, we're just trying to buy time right now. Don't forget we got a new coach. We can't forget we had that Tomlin in there forever. Who knows what he's doing this year? I think he was starting downstairs.
He's going to do
he put an app. I saw an app downstairs for that might have been him. But McCarthy's in there, so it's going to be weird. I do not like McCarthy. I think I don't like his face. Some people you don't like their face, like they have this face, and you're like. Right? I'm not lying. I'm just speaking the truth. There's some people
coach, but
your
I don't
face,
like his face.
Get your face out of my face. You know somebody like that.
I know people like that.
Okay, so
I mean, I always say people like not Mike McCarthy, but somebody's got a very punchable face.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like that guy.
If we're gonna resort to violence, I'm punching him. He's Mike McCarthy. He sits there and he's like, we're in the middle of the game. It's and then you ever see when the play goes wrong and Mike McCarthy's on the side. He's like. Yeah. Like Mike. So that's going to be fun to watch those two because Aaron Rodgers is I mean, he's not. Now that's a guy, he doesn't have a punchable face.
No,
Aaron Rodgers, right? Because he's he's peace, and he has a shaman and all this stuff, and he's a relaxed guy. Yeah, you don't want to know it. I don't know if anybody wants to punch Aaron Rodgers, really.
Oh, I'm sure there's some people out there that want to punch Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't feel like punching Aaron Rodgers, but yeah, Mike McCarthy. It'll be not must-see TV, but it's a storyline at least with those two reuniting. They're not going to win anything, but it'll be something.
Yeah, a 1-year deal worth up to $25 million.
That's pretty good. 1 year, $25 million.
Yeah.
Like, as you get to the end of your career, you just get these large, like, I'm at the end of my career. I'm getting there. Can I get these crazy, like, 1-year deals? Like, give me a 1-year deal with something obscene amount of money.
Yeah, my favorite is, I go to the comment section. Somebody's like, oh, $25 million to get us to a loss in the wild card round, and that's perfect. So
good luck with that this year.
Yeah, that might not even happen. But now we're building our championship team, and now we're to our defensive back. My defensive back that I want on my team has been there before, Trent McDuffie of the Chiefs.
Really?
That's my guy.
He's a little guy.
I like him. I think
he's a little guy.
He is. He's smaller of stature. There's other guys out there like the Sauce Gardners and and guys like that. But I'm taking Trent McDuffie as my DB on my Super Bowl team. Who you taking?
All right. So you got the little guy. Pat Surtain. He's the opposite. He's a big guy. He's a big body guy. Pat Surtain III. He has great lineage. He's young. He's healthy. You can look at the Sauce Gardners, but that injury last year,
that was tough.
You got a tough injury. You're coming back from that. I can't. If you had a choice, and Surtain's there and Gardner's there, and you look at the medical report, you go down and Sauce has the ACL or whatever the heck it was last year. You can't go with. You just can't go. You just go the other way. You just So I go with Surtain. He would be my guy, and then maybe one of the Eagles corners too. I could throw those in as a homer guy.
Yeah, it was between McDuffie and Surtain for me, but like you said, Surtain definitely
has
a
any
lineage.
other nominations there?
I mean, obviously Sauce was up there, but like you
Quinton
said, the
Mitchell.
injury. Quinton Mitchell is a good one too.
You see, this is okay. The problem with cornerbacks is, and Quinyon should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. What happens is, if the quarterback doesn't throw in your direction, like they forget about you, like and you forget that they're even on the field. But that's a good thing when you forget that the guy's on the field.
Yeah.
When you're mentioning your name, like the guy in Dallas where they mention his name every 2 seconds, that's bad. That's not good. If you're a cornerback and you mention your name, right? It's kind of like the boss here says. If we talk about somebody too much, you should either get a raise or fired. One or the other. Nothing in between if we talk about him so much. With a cornerback, if you're talking about him too much, you need a different cornerback. Yeah, right? And you don't talk about these guys, Well,
that's the best way is if you're just shutting them down and they're not talking about you, then you're probably going to be doing a good job.
Yeah, I never had any interceptions when I played cornerback because maybe they just didn't throw my way because of that, or maybe I didn't intercept it.
Did you play cornerback?
No way.
I didn't think so.
No.
Now let's talk about the Hard Rock Bet offer that they started about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that's a new offer. New players who sign up deposit place their first cash bet of at least $5 with the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Get $150 in bonus bets if their place cash bet is settled as a win. So you got to win that first bet. Blat, I said. Only the first place qualifying cash bet is going to qualify for the promotion, and those odds have to be minus 500 or longer to win, and those bonus bets are split up into 6 $25 bonus bets, and those are loaded into your account right there on bet settlement, and that expires 7 days after issuance. For more information, pbkennelclub.com/hardrockbet, and that's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That was like the micro machine guy.
Sports betting's underrated. Like on a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
when you're at home and like you just finished dinner, you got to do the dishes.
Oh, I'm watching it.
There's not many more entertaining things. You could just throw it on something.
I love watching the NBA playoffs, which we're going to talk about soon.
We are.
But when you look at those games and you look at the comebacks that both these teams have made.
I missed it last night, Mike.
Oh man,
I missed it. And I'm like that. I'm stupid like that. I do stupid bets and crazy bets, and I missed it last night, and I'm ashamed of myself.
That's tough. I mean, it just says that, when you're making those end-game bets, check it out early on. I checked it out early on in the Spurs game. Spurs were up like 11-0 at the start.
Yeah.
You know, the odds on OKC were pretty good. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put $25 to win on this team. But it didn't work. But that's because of Wemby, who we're going to talk about a little bit later. But now let's talk about some baseball. Those red-hot Phillies, which are Pat's team, are rolling now 16-4 since Don Mattingly took over, and they're back above 500.
Okay, this makes me totally wrong. Okay. I spoke up on this, but change the coach or whatever, fix the whole thing. That never works, and here we are. This is the most ridiculous thing ever.
It is.
So you wonder what happens in there. And I'm a student of all things sports psychology, coaching stuff. Yeah. I might come out of retirement this year, by the way. This might be my
announcement. I'd like to see that.
You know, Aaron talking about coming back. I might come back. I have a couple opportunities, a couple things came across my desk, Mike. For
Steelers?
Nope, not that one, not yet. I'm gonna have to work my way up there, but like I have some relationships with some. It's actually a relationship with one of the might have an in for me. Wow. I'm not gonna speak too much on it, but I might be coaching somewhere in local little Pop Warner football. I might be back at there. But anyway, you like to think that the kids. Baseball is one thing. Football, X's and O's and all these things, I am absolutely sure if I went and got involved with a youth football team that was struggling, that I could turn it around. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely sure.
With baseball, with all these guys professionals, they're all professionals, okay? And they all and this is what they do for a living. And your job is, okay, you're supposed to go up there and hit the ball. You're supposed to catch the ball. Yeah. Like all these things. Everything's pretty cut and dried. There's not a lot of X's and O's. You're not getting fancy. You're not running 3 tight end sets and all these different things. Yeah. So you throw why is that funny?
No, it's just you're talking about baseball coach, and it's true because what are you going to say? Like, you know, get up and there's no, except when it's come to base running or moving around the field and different things.
I really feel I could handle that sport. Like if you told me today I had to go manage, they call it a manager, and rightfully so because you're not really coaching anybody. Yeah, you're just managing, right? I could go out there, look at who's hitting good. Yeah. Who's pitching good?
Well, we know the Phillies have the lineup. One of my favorite players from Lake Worth, Trey Turner. Yeah. He's doing pretty well right now. Obviously, they've got the home run hitter. They still got Bryce Harper. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that happened to the Phillies is they got their closer back, Johan Duran, who I don't think he's allowed a run since he's been back off the injury. So
yeah, that's why. So so you look at it, and Donnie comes in here. So he has the other coach. Manager, what was his name?
What was the old
manager? Who cares? Whatever. Yeah. He wasn't Donnie Baseball.
Like him,
he wasn't Donnie Baseball. So you have Donnie Baseball, who's been in the trenches, right? He's been all these things, and you have a guy speaking up about that. You probably shouldn't coach a sport you've never played.
Yeah.
Or you weren't okay at. I was okay at youth football, so I can coach that sport. So Donnie comes in here, probably go in there and be like, all right, guys, we stink right now. Let's just stop stinking. And let's go out there and do this thing. And they did. So it's a pretty remarkable turnaround. I'd be interested to see this comparison to some other turnarounds from other sports or whatever. Maybe we could do that as a topic, the greatest turnaround with the switch of a team.
I like that. No, maybe I'll look that up for next week. But here's the question I came up with after Donnie Baseball has turned around the Phillies. What former player from any sport do you think would have made the best coach? And the first one that always comes to mind, when he was playing, even like in the beginning of his career, I thought Peyton Manning.
Why are you taking my stuff?
I thought he's going to be the best coach.
You hear them, and you start to figure it out when you watch the Manning cast, and you listen to those guys talk. He's just so far ahead of everybody with what's the way he's digesting the information and putting it back out there. It's pretty amazing. Now, that doesn't always translate into a good coach, okay? You could know everything about the sport, but you can't articulate. You can't articulate the information. So I did have Peyton Manning. So it's almost like the opposite, all right? Just because I'm a top-tier coach, right? I'm a high-level coach, that doesn't mean I can play.
No.
Follow what I'm saying? So it doesn't always translate just because you're able to run a 4-2 and you're able to catch the ball and all these things. It does not always translate. So when you talk about cerebral players and Peyton Manning, he is very cerebral. Yeah. I mean, you ever see the size of his head?
In that brain.
A lot in there. He can make that transition over. It'll be interesting to see some of those guys. But my guy, who I think, and it's early on, but I think Jason Kelsey at some point, offensive line coach or something, I have him working his way into something like that. That's my guy. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to see?
I always thought Peyton Manning. You know the one I thought about? I thought about it on the opposite end. You know who would have been a bad coach? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan would have been a coach that would never have gotten out of the players what he would have expected.
Well, that's what. Well, they also remember they used to. Well, you talk about because. they're so good at what they do. They're like, just do it right. Like they're just just make that shot. Why'd you miss that shot? Just do it right. Why'd you screw that up? And some people can't understand that. Remember when managers in baseball used to play?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Where they would manage and go up and hit. It was really a thing, right? I'm not confused.
It was a long time. You're talking about
it was in the 80s. And the manager come up and he'd be like, all right, you know what? Screw you guys. I'll take it from here. And he just put himself in as a pinch hitter. Weird, wild stuff. But, yeah, a couple guys, really bad coaches would be the people that couldn't keep their head together. Yeah, go ahead and let us know what player could have been a player recently or could have been a player from a long time ago. Barkley
Barkley might be a good coach.
Ewing tried it. It didn't work out. Remember? He was at Georgetown.
I saw that. Yeah, I mean, give us the good and the bad. I mean, if you think a guy that everybody else thought would have been a good coach wouldn't have been a good coach, let us know that too. And now we're going to go into PGA news. We don't have a lot of talk on the show about golf.
I got information.
Okay, so Aaron Ray pulled off a huge upset on Sunday. He's an Englishman. He shot a final round 5 under 65 to win the PGA Championship, and that was a huge one. Rory, I believe, finished tied for 7th. Scotty finished tied for 14th in that PGA Championship. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, so let's talk. Pat's guy is struggling. All right, that's Pat's guy. He's going to be off of this guy pretty soon. I think if Rory's even playing better than Scotty, well, he is right now.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing about your guy here, the guy that won this. Did you know he wears 2 gloves?
2 gloves.
He's a 2-glove guy. He's a 2-glove
like Kenny
guy.
Pickett, 2 gloves?
It's hard to get off of that thing, but okay, this might be the best. I don't know if there's a better in the history. You might be able to vote on this. The best 2-glove performance in any sport ever. Like literally, because it's not Kenny Pickett with 2 gloves. This guy wins the PGA Championship wearing 2 gloves. I've never seen it. I don't even know what happens. Like I would assume if I showed up next week to play with Pat and everybody, and I put 2 gloves on, like he'd be like, "Why are you wearing 2 gloves?" And then he'd make fun of me until I took the glove off. This guy, he withstood it and he fought through it. He'd be like, "I don't care what you think about me wearing 2 gloves. I'm gonna go out here and win this whole thing." So shout out to him and both gloves. I'm gonna start wearing 2 gloves.
Yeah, for
the show, right
for the show. No, I think you need gloves for the show for sure. So congrats to him. That was a big win for the PGA Championship, and we'll be talking about more PGA news in the upcoming weeks here on the podcast. But now let's move into the hottest topic of the day, and that's NBA news. We are now into the conference finals, and the 2 game ones were ones for the book, honestly.
Wow.
Spurs took game 1 in OKC, and that was an absolute amazing game. Wemby had a masterpiece that it kicked off with a double overtime battle. Wembanyama ended up with 41 points, 24 rebounds, and led past Shai. And that was the night also that they gave him his MVP trophy.
That's tough, right? That's tough on his. And these guys, all right, so this is what the world needs. We need beef. We need rivalries. We don't have enough. We don't have enough in this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have enough right now.
You've got
but
some
overall,
beef.
Yeah, we got beef. So you have beef where you have these conflicts, and it makes for a good story, right? For everybody on the outside watching and observing, like you watch the beef between 2 people, and it's entertainment, right? Like highly entertaining. Like people find it entertaining. Like, oh, what's the update? Give me the update. Let me. Yeah. So anyway, they showed flashbacks of when they were playing in like the junior league, and he got Wemby got fouled. He fouled out, and he ended up losing to your guy Alexander here. So they started way back, and they still have this beef. So now he sits on the bench as he's getting his MVP, when you could probably argue that Wemby, you could look at Wemby for it also, minus, you could make that argument.
You could have.
So this is good for the basketball, and this is good for a story. But, yeah, what a game. The biggest thing ever. Okay, people talk about, the game's scripted and all that stuff. You could say whatever you want. Wemby comes down, brings the court, dribbles it down court, gets to just past the half-court mark, maybe one of his strides, one of his 8-mile strides, and just launches it and drains it. When he has to drain it, fully clutch, and he doesn't even care. He's just like, I'm going to drain this thing.
He's cool as ice, man. And the one thing I mentioned on the show about probably 3 or 4 months ago when we were talking about Wemby, and that was my MVP at the time, is he has this mentality, like this Kobe, this Jordan-type mentality, that he is the best player in the league, And he's taken it personal, and he's sitting there and he's saying, Nick, I'm the best player in the league. I should be the MVP. I'm going to come out. And he looked just like it was a pissed off Wemby, which you don't want because he's an elite player, somebody that if he could stay healthy in 10 years from now on this show right here, we're going to be talking about as one of the greatest ever.
Yeah,
possibly.
Don't do anything in more life points, Mike, because I have them. Don't do anything in your life unless you absolutely, I want to be the absolute best, right? Like you and me right here.
I don't do that.
When I go on this show, my goal right now is to just show you up. When I'm here, I'm going to be the best of the show. I want to be that guy, and you should do that. And we elevate each other, right? And then we bring each other up.
Yeah.
You should want to be the best at whatever you do, and if you show up to do something, don't try to be the second best guy.
My goal on this show is to make everybody better. So I'm the assist guy.
Yeah, you could be that guy.
I'm throwing up the alley.
You know what? That's your best spot. That's a spot for you. Let the superstars be the superstars.
I'm Ernie.
And you you set them up.
You can be Charles, or you can be
I thought you were going
Shaq.
to call me Bert if you were Ernie.
that would probably be better. But, that was the first round of the Western Conference Finals. Then last night, the Knicks had a historic comeback in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks pulled off. It was one of the greatest postseason rallies, trailing by 22 points with under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Brunson scored 17 of his 38. To fuel a 44-11 closing run.
That's wild.
It's
crazy.
I blew it.
And
then they absolutely dominated in overtime, 14-3, and it was absolutely amazing. Jalen Brunson, that's a guy that I don't think I ever gave enough credit to. That guy is he's a player right there.
He's one of those guys. You see him, and he's getting banged up. He's going to the rim, and he's getting getting fouled and all this other stuff, and he's just. He has ice water in his veins, and he goes out there and he just plays. And, that's a tough one for the Cavs. They had this – oh, hey, Jake. I forgot Jake was here.
Sorry, Jake's a Cleveland fan.
Jake's
he
a
watched
Cleveland
the
fan.
game last night. That's why he's so tired today.
This is great. All right, anyway,
I'm sorry, man.
So I forgot that part. They had this thing wrapped up, and I like to be that guy who bets, like you said, the in-game money lines, and it was 30,000 to 1 or something ridiculous at the end of the third quarter or something. I would have got in on that. I was sidetracked. I had stuff going on. Life comes at you. Anyway, so I don't get it, and then we end up winning the game, and this is great. Cleveland's that's bad when you lose in that style.
Bad.
All right, now you got to get back in the mix tomorrow, and try to recover from that. You had this one, and you let it slip away. Let it slip away. Yep. It's going to be hard to recover, but I'm here for it. The Knicks. I mean, I had them picked. I had them picked early. You know I did. You know I did.
You've been on the Knicks for a while.
I've been on the Knicks. I've been in, and this is the year I said they're going to make a run. So they get past Cleveland, and then we got to deal with Wemby or whatever. That's going to be a nightmare. But
if you think, I mean, the Thunder obviously played tonight, another home game for the Thunder. When we get to the sports betting picks of the week, I have.
Can I just go on record and say it's going to be the Knicks and Spurs?
Go ahead.
I like Knicks and Spurs.
Knicks and Spurs in the finals. Noah's calling it right now. These are the kind of things that Ernest, if he's watching at home, he is just chomping at the bit. He's yelling at the phone right now because he wants to get into it with you and I. We hope he's frisky. He had a sick kid at home, so we hope he's feeling better.
You got to work through these things.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah, bring him. Whatever.
Right. Yeah,
but whenever we talk about the NBA without Ernest, I always feel bad because this is his day.
So you and I, and look at us. We covered golf in the NBA ourselves. We covered Pat's Wheelhouse and Ernest, and we got it covered. We have it handled.
Yeah, exactly. Pat's like, that's not what I meant. But SGA secured back-to-back MVPs. I think after the other night's game, this question that I came up with is actually irrelevant now because who would you rather have, SGA or Wemby? I'm taking Wemby 10 games out of 9 games. So I don't know if you have any other choices in that or
no. Wemby, that competitive edge, and I think his all-round game, the defensive game he has, like one-on-one. I don't know who could beat Wemby one-on-one, right? There's nobody in the world. I mean, this guy, he's a point guard who's 7'6" or whatever he is, and he's dunking on the Chet and all this other stuff. And I would love just an opportunity where he could stand in front of us and us try to get a shot up.
Oh,
like,
no.
could you imagine that? Could you imagine Sal trying to get a shot up against Wemby? Like anything, just get it out of your hand. There's no way.
Sal never shot it at the hoop anyway.
No.
But still, and my question now is, when you put SGA in there, obviously he's got back-to-back MVPs.
Okay.
You know, who are your top 5 point guards of all time? This is another Ernest question that I know Ernest would love to answer. Mine are Magic, Steph, Big O, Oscar Robertson, John Stockton, who we talked about a little earlier, and Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. So those are my top 5 point guards of all time. Is SGA anywhere close to that?
So you say you're the assist guy, right?
I'm the assist guy.
Okay, so
did I steal your dumb?
You did the fake pass just now, and you just took the shot. Like, and I literally have the same guys, all 5.
Wow, great.
But I do have an alternate that I'll work in there. But I did have Magic as number 1.
Yeah.
Steph, Isaiah, John Stockton, Oscar Robertson. Those are your 5, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. That it's could you imagine any position in any sport of all time being that cut and dried, where 2 people that has opposite views on life?
Where did you go to
that
find
you
this
and I-
list? Maybe we can talk
Let's
about
not do that.
our website.
Yeah.
No, that was my
All right.
personal list. It really
What about
was.
Mr. Steve Nash? You got
Steve
Nash in there?
He's got to be. He's top 10.
You throw him in there?
I think you're now putting SGA. He's in the top 10.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think he's coming into the top 10 of point guards.
So I got Nash, and one I would like for fun, just for fun.
Yeah.
All right, or 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun. This is just for fun. This isn't top 5 all time. I would love to see Pistol Pete or Jason Williams out there. Like, if you want to see a spectacle, Jason Williams. He's not overall aggressive point, whatever.
Love Jason Williams.
Fun to watch. Yeah. Overall he wasn't the best, but fun to watch. But yeah,
love that guy. I love him in interviews. If I see a
he
clip,
plays pickup ball now. Like, he'll go to the local Y.
Yeah.
And he'll be doing all the same stuff he did on the court
It's
all
like
that time ago.
It's like when me and you used to go to the
We should get back out
JCC
there.
and play pickup games.
Yeah, I'm almost even playing. I'm back to my playing weight now, so look out.
And we used to get destroyed every time because Noah would be like, hey, there's a couple of guys over there. Let's challenge them to a game. Like, that's Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan. He's like, yeah, I know. We'll have a good time. Like, oh, we used to get murdered at the JCC.
Guys dunking and everything.
Yeah, it was bad. It was humiliating, but we played against the best. So yeah, those are my top 5. Give me your best point guards of all time. You could actually even put a guy like a Jason Kidd maybe in there.
Oh,
Jason Kidd, actually, he just got let go by the Mavericks. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring him up on the show. I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the upcoming weeks. Now let's move on to another topic that we love talking about, and that is the NHL playoffs, because that is now into the conference finals also. In the Western Conference, we have Avalanche versus the Golden Knights. And in the Eastern Conference, we got the Hurricanes and the Montreal Canadiens. So the first game of that is actually going to come up tonight. That is the first game of the Western Conference, and that is the Golden Knights at the Avalanche. Is that in Vegas? Oh. No, this is in Colorado for the first game.
Because I was thinking about making a trip out there myself, so I could have caught that game on the way. So
yeah, check it out. Yeah. Check it out. Vegas seems like a nice place to go this time.
Sounds like people are having fun out there. Like
that's what I've heard. What stays there, I don't. I've never been. I don't know. And then the Eastern Conference Finals are going to start tomorrow, and that is the Hurricanes at the Canadiens. And Pat said a while back it was going to be Hurricanes and Avalanche are the 2 teams. The Canadiens just barely got by the Sabres. They went to Game 7.
Did you? So the end of that game. The guy had a shot for the Sabres to turn around the whole entire city of Buffalo and their pathetic sports life. Like, literally, they needed this, and he just wet. He didn't convert. Yeah. Then they go the other way to score, and the game's over. And now you're out. Yeah. Buffalo, what a tough sports town. And
I was talking to a Buffalo fan, and it's always like there's always next year mentality.
They don't have they don't have. They don't have more than they have the Sabres and they have the Bills, right? Yeah. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
So, that's tough. That makes it tough. You only have the 2, and then you're chronically, coming up, just short.
Yeah,
chronically short.
Just short.
Have they ever not been just short?
I mean, when the Bills were back in their Jim Kelly days,
they were just short then, right?
Well, they were just short, but they were making it at least.
Closer to just short. Sorry, Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I actually, just as a fan, I root for Buffalo teams just because I'm like, I just wanted to get past that
the
level
underdog.
right
Yeah,
there.
it's like the team manager. You know, these high school teams that have the team manager who never plays,
they come out
who has he has one arm and they bring him out for the final game and he launches it and hits it. That's what Buffalo is. We just want him to convert one time so we could all go crazy. We're all going to celebrate.
So at some point we're just going to bring him out at the end of the game and let him win.
Let him win. Let him win one of these trophies. That's what we'll do this year at the Super Bowl. At the end, we'll just bring them out and have Jim Kelly run in a touchdown, and then we'll give him a trophy.
Have Thurman Thomas come out. Oh, man.
And we'll celebrate, and it'll be great, and it'll be a feel-good story, and the internet will eat it up. Congratulations, Buffalo.
Shout out to the Buffalo fans. We love you on the show. Let's talk about our sports betting pick of the week. And my sports betting pick of the week, I'm going to take the Spurs to win. What I'm going to do tonight, right now, currently on Hard Rock Bet, who's our marketing partner, they are plus 190. So I'm going to bet $25, and then I'm going to get a 20% profit boost on that. I don't know if that's because I play a lot or because
that's what I hear.
Yeah.
The more you play, the more you get.
The more profit boost you get. So I'm getting a 20% boost
Is that
on that.
because you're so good at this?
No, it's because they want me to bet more because I lose so much. So that $25 is going to turn into $82.
Okay. All right.
So that's my bet for
I'm on
the
the same, and I'm a, I want instant gratification. I want to bet now. I want to see. So tonight, there's really nothing going on. It's Wednesday night. I'll throw this on.
Yeah.
I got the Spurs also, but I'm going to take the 6.5. I'm not so sure that that it won't be a closer game. But I'm going to take Spurs 6.5. And then I keep telling you this, and you're not listening to me. When you go with the Spurs, take the best player and take some of his stats. I'm going Wemby over 24.5 because if the Spurs are going to win, Wemby's going to have to carry them. And then the last part is 3.5 blocks. I'm a big fan of blocks.
Oh yeah.
And it's a little tougher, but I threw that in there. $50 will get me 272 without my fancy 20% bonus that Mike gets.
Yeah. Maybe you'll get a bonus. Probably not, though.
Probably not.
But let's talk about everything that's going on here. I want to wish a congratulations to our multi-flight winner from Sunday, and his name is James Hamburger, the Hamburglar, as some of the dealers would call him.
What an easy nickname. Like, there's some nicknames, like Dog Track Mike. That was relatively easy, but the Hamburglar, when your last name's Hamburger,
I don't know if he likes it or not, but that's what they call him. But, yeah he's a good guy. He actually comes to some of our shows in the paddock, so congrats to James Hamburger.
You know, the kids at school, for some reason, for my kids, like Carbone, okay, so I had it, and they call me Carbone, and they threw an R on the end. All right, that's what they did.
I'm
not
understand.
Gonna say
what does that mean?
They threw an R right in the end. Carbone, and threw an R in the end. But then somehow the kids for both of my kids in high school, they came up with Car Bomb. And I'm like, Car Bomb? I'm like, what? I was like, they couldn't come up with something. So then, the Car Bomb.
Which do you like more?
I don't know. I say Car Bomb. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Do you like Carbonaire or do you like Car Bomb?
Carbonate?
Yeah, that's probably it. But no, that's awesome. So yes, we got the May High Hands going on right now. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, and those May High Hands are awesome with the big cash giveaway on the 30th. Of course, we're going to have some great June High Hands, July High Hands, so just stick around for those. And don't forget about those progressive weekends with that $100,000 cash giveaway. I got to let everybody know we're actually open on Memorial Day when everybody else is closed.
Always open.
Yeah, we're always open. That is absolutely true. And Memorial Day is no exception. The Paddock Restaurant is going to be open.
A lot of good tracks that day, too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's like a pure America. Like
it is. Belmont, Churchill, Monmouth, and more are all running that day. So it's going to be a really, really good day on Memorial Day. And the Paddock is open. And, of course, the poker room's open. The poker room's open 365 days a year.
They are.
So
we are. I am.
Yeah, he is.
I am.
We are.
I'm not here 365, but we are.
Yeah, most of them, though.
Yeah.
The paddock shows, which we got going on, here's the ones. We actually booked another one that's coming up on October 16th.
A lot of disco.
It is, and that's what our fans want because that's what we do.
Okay.
But we got right here, we got Absolute Queen on October 2nd. That one's already selling because if you can do anything with Queen, and Ernest keeps talking about this Absolute Queen tribute band, that they're fantastic.
Right.
I've heard some of their stuff. Queen is one of my all-time favorites. I'm looking forward to that show. Then the 9th is a new show. All these are new shows. We got Bad Moon Rising, Creedence Clearwater.
Easy for you to say.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. CCR.
There you go.
That's the tribute band. They're on the 9th. And now, in about 17 minutes, right on social media, you're going to see a new announcement, and I'm going to let you in on it right now. On October the 16th, we have a brand new show.
Yeah.
And that is the Beach Buoys. The Beach Boys.
Really?
The Beach Boys tribute band.
That's awesome. You got to get there.
Yeah. It's Beach
Surf and Safari.
The second
Buoys.
name is B-U-O-Y-S.
I'm a fan of cover bands, right? I saw the Red Knot Chili Peppers a few weeks ago. The Red Knot, right? So wait, I found this newfound love for cover bands, and then I saw Badfish, which is the Sublime cover band.
Okay.
When you get going, all right, you're 2 Coronas in, you don't care who's up there. It's the same experience as if they were really there. Like Badfish, they were Sublime. It was them. It was like it was Sublime.
Yeah.
Like and for the Red Knot Chili Peppers, it was like Anthony Kiedis and Flea. They were up there when you get 2 beers down.
Yeah, October 16th. That's the new.
It's literally the same thing. It sounds the exact same. You close your eyes and you're literally there.
Yeah, you know about it before anybody else. The Beach Boys, and that is October 16th. And I was just talking to my kid when we missed the tri-rail, so I had to take him to school today. So we were talking about cover bands, and I said there's legitimately some cover bands, as you said, some tribute bands that can put on, a better show, better performance than some of the actual acts that are, become older or maybe can't hit the notes anymore. Maybe don't have the same people. So, like, come out and watch all of our tribute shows. Those are just 4 of them that we have right now. We also have Tina, and she's going to be here in December. So we're actually booking more as we speak right now. So we are the place for tribute shows, and that's the Paddock. For more information, go to our website at pbkennelclub.com. And Noah, anything else you want to cover on the show?
Yeah, so check this out. We just missed the thing. It's 10:45 a.m. In about 4 hours from now, right over here, Blake's coming in.
Balake?
Yeah. So Blake, the boyfriend from Kansas City, a Chiefs fan, who he and I have beef, he's flying in, and we have the graduation this week. So shout out to my daughter Haley, graduates tomorrow.
Hey, Haley.
I got a question now. I got a question for the panel. All right. Should I be that guy? Can I be that guy? So I'm there, right? And it's all everybody, and they're walking across the stage. Should I be that guy? Should I stand up and give it, that's my girl, or let's go hit, give it, or no? Whatever you guys say, I'm going to do. If you want me to just keep it calm, I'll just sit there. Or if you want me to just let her, and I did it with some of the other kids. So, should I just let it fly, Mike? Is that what you do?
Should. Stand up and scream.
And what? Yeah. All right.
And then I want to see the embarrassment in the pictures.
They love it. And I'll be like, right?
Have you ever met, face to face with Blake?
Yeah, we had dinner together. Yeah,
really?
We'll have dinner again.
Did you try to intimidate him at all?
Absolutely. And that's part of this whole thing, too. He can't show me up. So he's there. Haley's graduating. Mm-hmm. You just sit down there, Blake. And I'm going to just give the business, be like, that's my girl.
I'm the only man in her life, yeah.
Haley, way to go. Yeah. I'm the alpha here. You just stay there, Blake. I'm going to cheer her on.
I'm the alpha.
That's what we're going to do here. All right, so we're going to let it fly. I'm going to see if we get video of that, too.
Yeah, definitely. Right. We'll play it on the show next week.
It'll be great. That's what I'm looking forward to.
The sheer embarrassment as Haley walks across the stage as a high school graduate.
Yeah.
Congratulations
to
Haley.
Be ready, everybody.
I feel like that's my niece.
Yeah.
I don't get to see her that often, but congratulations to Haley and all the graduates. I know there's a lot of graduations going on right now, whether college, high school. I'm going to a moving on ceremony, and
what does that mean?
5th grade to middle school. I'm like, well, they didn't
moving
do
on.
this while we were growing up. You just
moving
moved
on. To
on.
What?
Yeah, no, I don't. They do that in elementary school, from VPK to elementary school, and middle school to high school. The kids just go into a different school. That's all it is. But now they call it a moving on ceremony and make a big deal out of it.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations to all the mover honors.
Yeah, I'll be at a moving on ceremony tomorrow, and I hope if you have kids graduating, you get to enjoy that as they move on to the next grade. And anything you're looking forward to this weekend, sports-wise?
Well, I got the Knicks are on at the same time with the graduate. It's going to be close. It's going to be a little touch and go tomorrow for the graduation. So, but I have that, and then obviously that'll be going all weekend. But yeah, that's my excitement.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm looking forward to those conference finals. I'm looking forward to another Spurs win tonight. I'm probably wrong about that, and my bet's going to come in. I'm hoping for my sports bet of the week. But I hope everybody has a great week, and we're going to catch you right here on PBKC Picks next Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Have a great week, everybody.
Way to hold it down, Mike.
PBKC is your entertainment destination for poker, table games, OTB, Paddock live events, and exceptional eats. The Paddock Restaurant is perfect for meetings, corporate functions, parties, fundraising, and more. Call 561-683-2222 extension 199 and book your next event today.